This is the one episode rule. I'm Magpie, and I thought I had something to say. What did I say? Oh yeah, I was gonna do an anime news thing, but as usual, I went through the process of gathering articles by typing the word anime into Google and hitting the news tab, and I didn't see anything immediately interesting. So there is no news. Nothing new has happened in the field.
And nothing gets by Magpie.
Nothing escapes my Panopticon-esque gaze.
God.
Would you like to introduce yourselves?
I'm Blackle, and I think I just need to apologize first of all, and I think I just want to get ahead of the recent accusations against me, which is that last episode I described King Phantom, or I asked if King Phantom was a twink, which makes no sense. And it's completely just.
Wasn't it Night?
Night Phantom.
Night Phantom.
Night Phantom. I said, is Night Phantom a twink? Even though that makes no sense. I have no justification for my actions, and I just hope for forgiveness. Really.
Thank you. That's very brave of you.
Thank you.
You have shown contrition, and the board will consider this going forward.
Anyway, I built a new computer.
Yes. Congratulations. Hello. I'm Joey. I'm very cold. I woke up today and it was about 40 degrees here in Florida, which for a Floridian it might as well mean you're in an ice storm. Yes. So yes, I've been very cold all day. I'm wrapped up in about 7 blankets, quite literally 7 blankets. Yeah, I'm cold. Please.
Is that what the sauce was for?
Yes, to warm my body.
Is that what the 17 packets of Taco Bell mild sauce was for?
It's a survival tactic. My body was cold.
Sauce packets are very similar to military MREs.
Oh
yeah, you just squish them in your fingers. You crack the little corner, the corner of the sauce packet. You just slurp it down. You drink about 10 to 20 of those, and
you get all your daily vitamins and nutrients.
I currently in my hand have a packet of Diablo sauce from Taco Bell. I'm not sure
I think you should replace your anime news intro bit with just eating that.
On podcast.
On air.
We'll do this in the traditional way. I will just bite the corner open.
Do it, Cameron.
Hi, I'm Emma. And when I was 10 years old, we went to Taco Bell one time, and I saw one of the sauce packets said, "Oh, please don't eat me," on it. And so I hid it in a cabinet. But yeah, I hid it in a cabinet behind many pieces of dishware so that no one would ever eat it.
That's adorable.
That's really pure.
Thank you. It was still there when we moved out.
Oh my god! No one ever ate that sauce packet. Your goal was
rightly so.
Saved her.
Save them all. When I was a kid, I read apparently when I was maybe 6 or something. I read the back of an Advil container, and it said "Do not eat more than 3." And I was like, "Is that a challenge?" And
no.
That's liver failure, is what that is.
I was like, "You can't stop me," and then I had to get my stomach chellated.
Damn.
Does anybody know what's in Diablo sauce? Because it was somewhat spicy. It made my tongue tingle and everything, but mostly it's giving me just consistent hiccups, and that's very bad for our podcast.
Oh, it's mostly Advil.
You're gonna have to get chellated.
They're gonna have to call the plumber out here to fucking snake me.
Yeah, they're gonna drink a lot. Just chase the Diablo sauce with activated carbon, and you'll be fine.
Somebody come roto-root all this Taco Bell out of me.
god.
Magpie, I'm not gonna let you die on my watch. Not until we finish the podcast, at least.
Yep. So, welcome to our Taco Bell fan cast.
This is a weird.
Glad to have
This is a
you all
weird
here.
one. I had an anime all prepared and shit for us, but I'm running out of steam
No.
because of this Diablo
Yeah.
sauce. Do you guys have any
Uh-oh.
bits you want to do?
Yes, actually.
Kinda?
If
Maybe?
you want to go
You-
first, Joey?
No, you go ahead. You called it.
Okay. I'm here to blast you. Because okay, so I listened to the last episode and I wanted to do a bit for this episode. I was gonna maybe do a learn Japanese thing, because of the fucking Sakuga Sasuga confusion. But I actually want to talk about that warning at the beginning of Steam Detectives.
Mhm.
You guys talked about how there's, if you, the audience, didn't catch the last episode, you should go check it out. It's good and funny, even though I'm not in it,
Is it?
somehow. But you guys
was.
talked about that there's a warning at the beginning of the episode that says, don't sit too close to the TV, watch it with the lights on, all that, and how it was like weird, like, why are you up in my business, Steam Detectives? I'm here to tell you why it's actually very upsetting. So the Steam Detectives anime came out in the fall of 1998, which is not very long after December 16th, 1997. Anybody know what happened to Japan on that day?
Was that the
Uh-oh,
Pokemon
that
like
was
season
Pokemon.
thing?
Yep, on that day
Holy
in
shit.
Japan at 6:30 p.m., 685 children across the country of Japan were rushed to the hospital after suffering what the press would come to call Pokemon shock.
Gee whiz.
Yeah. And TV Tokyo aired an episode of the Pokemon anime called Beno Senshi Porygon, or Electric Soldier Porygon. And that episode now holds the honor of the world record for most photosensitive epileptic seizures caused by a television show. Now, luckily, all those kids recovered. They did like a study, and only like a really small fraction of them were diagnosed with epilepsy, and most of them never had another seizure after that. But it totally changed the way that anime worked for a long time, and it still actually does. Like, there are things in like the Japanese national anime code for their kind of version of the FCC that is just trying really hard not to accidentally awaken a whole generation's epilepsy again.
My God,
You know,
that's wild.
you know, in between stomach discomfort and enjoying that explanation, I did begin having fanciful notions about this organization. You say their job is to regulate anime. Is it anime specifically?
I if it were, I would want to be on that
Because that sounds
tribunal.
that sounds like a fucking nightmare.
I want to
Oh
be
my
the
God.
fucking anime police, please.
Because given
Yeah.
like given what I have lined up for us today, a fucking nightmare.
Emma,
Good.
Emma,
Good.
if you
Oh
had
my
been
God.
on that panel, you could have saved us from Please Save Our Earth. You could have saved us from Juden-chan. You could have saved us from fucking Louisa May Alcott's Little Women.
Listen, if I had been there, I would have killed them all.
Destroyed them on sight.
What did Little Women do that was so offensive?
Be boring.
Made me look at all those men's facial hair.
Gave us a Mr. Sutton's questionable dating practices.
Yeah, we don't know. He
Um,
could have been 15. It was the Civil War.
No, he was older.
Mm,
I'm 12.
Motherfuckers looked like that at age 7 back then. So like,
It's just be like, hello, mother. Hello, mother. I've contracted trench foot.
But
They're going
Timmy,
to
you're
have
just a
to-
toddler.
They're going to have to amputate my toes.
God.
We won't ever
Um,
be able to play like Little Piggy Goes to the Market anymore, mother.
And the game with the hoop and the stick. Does anybody know what that's called?
It's called Hoop Stick.
It's called hoop
yes.
stick. Oh,
Called
excellent.
Hoop Stick.
I can't believe we're
Um,
still talking about Louisa May Alcott's Little Women, even though
Little
I'm the
Women.
one who
It
brought it
was-
up.
Yeah.
It was a talker. That was.
Should I read the rest of the book?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should. right now.
Joey.
Okay.
Joey,
Okay,
do your
I'm not
bit.
gonna open it up.
Joey, what's your bet?
Oh, okay. So,
I need you guys to fill time while I burp with my microphone off.
I mean, it's not much of a bit, basically. So I have Netflix access at work. So what anime should I watch at work? Should I watch all of Naruto? Yes, no. That's my question.
Yes.
Should I watch all of Naruto at work?
Wait, do they have all of Naruto on Netflix?
I don't know if they have all of it, but I'm pretty sure they have
They-
some of it.
I believe they have lots of it.
Lots
Here's
of
my
it,
proposal.
yes.
Why don't you watch
Mhm.
Yu-Gi-Oh? The original Yu-Gi-Oh animated series,
Oh.
because that's also
Do
on
they-
Netflix.
Holy shit! I should watch Yu-Gi-Oh at work.
It's a good idea.
Oh, oh my god.
Oh my god, that'd be good.
People walk in the room. Here's the thing. I have to consider what I watch because people do walk in the room while I'm working. So
Well,
like,
You ever see Madoka?
no, I'm not.
maybe
gonna,
not
okay,
Madoka for work.
No, not that one. So I have to weigh how much embarrassment am I willing to handle.
Sure. Do
Versus...
you think which of
got-
those do you think is more embarrassing, Yu-Gi-Oh or Naruto?
They're pretty equal. Pretty equal, I'd say.
That's true.
How about this middle ground
But-
for you that I've just looked up and verified is on Netflix. Just post it in general here.
Guys, I just found official artwork
Fuck.
of Meg, Joe, Beth, and Amy.
X. Holy shit.
Watch everybody's favorite isekai, Sonic X.
Oh my god. Okay, no, I can't. That one,
Wait.
I draw the line.
Blue Street, Speed Bar.
Nope.
Uh-huh.
Sonic the Hell.
Maybe if I work my way through a ton of other stuff and get too bored, maybe. But
Sonic X.
not to start with, no.
Oh my god, I just found you can't look at Sonic stuff on the internet.
No,
Maybe you can't.
you need a
either.
certain level of not what's the D&D stat? It's
This was right next.
Constitution? Yeah, you need Constitution in order to look at Sonic
was-
stuff on the internet.
This was right next to the image I just posted at the
Are
top
you
of the
about
Google
to post
search.
porn?
This
Are you
one
about
is
to
not
post-
going in the liner notes. Oh, hey.
This
My
is not going in the
God!
liner notes.
Oh my god!
Well, at least they're having fun.
Poor Sally Acorn.
Poor Sally Acorn. All right,
God.
folks.
Okay.
I like how
My-
it says the word commission in the title, meaning someone paid money for this.
Someone paid money for
Somebody
this.
was like, "Listen, I got the dough, and you got the stuff I need. That fast blue stuff I need.
You better make his ball sack be showing.
Let me see Sonic's balls."
Hey,
Um,
hey, Emma, you want to do another learn Japanese thing? Because there's a term for what we're seeing.
Netorare.
tell
I'm
me
not
what that means.
I'm not gonna go into Netorare. Joey, my verdict is you should watch Naruto and then tell us about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That'll go with your theme of having bits that are literally eternal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
You'll just
that's
never
true.
fucking run out of
Never
Naruto
run
to
out of
watch because now there's
content.
Boruto.
Now there's bored. Oh my god!
Boruto.
Did you guys see that fucking thread that was on Reddit or something, where there was an episode of Bort that came up and Naruto took his little son Bort to the ramen shop, and he looked to his left and he saw a little flashback version of himself sitting there, and somebody misunderstood it and said, "Did Bort's dad have another dead son?"
Fucking come on, folks! It's Naruto.
I'm kind of stealing that headline from Castle Super Beast. I already covered it, but come on, it's
Very
an anime
funny.
podcast, and we just
That's
stumbled into
incredible.
Bort territory.
That's
My God.
very funny.
You know, every time you guys talk about how do you say it? Barturo?
Barturo,
Oh
yeah.
my fucking
Yeah, that's correct.
yeah. John Turturro, the sequel to Naruto.
Listen, guys, it sounds like I'm doing a bit here, but I honestly forgot.
It's
What?
Boruto.
Boruto.
Yeah, Boruto. If you want to get really fancy about it, but
Boruto. Okay. Every time you guys mention that, I think you're talking about Bart Kira, which is the reanimation of Akira and putting the Simpsons characters in it instead.
holy shit! Can we watch
Holy
that for the episode?
We should do that at some point.
At some point, yes.
Bart Kira, yeah. So
All right,
Millhouse, I think, is Tetsuo, and like Bart is like Kaneda, and
Yeah.
yeah, very good time.
All right, I don't want to talk about The Simpsons or Bort anymore, so let's move on to the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
What have you got for us?
I said to myself whenever I was picking out one for today, I said, we've seen too much good shit lately.
Mhm.
We need to go back to our roots.
We need to start eating garbage again.
We need to climb back down the trash mountain
Hell yeah.
to really submerge ourselves in it because I need it. It's been so long that I need it to live now.
I'm
Yeah.
loving the Sermon on the Mountain, Magpie.
So I chose something that I opened up my little list of evils, and I picked one that I remember being particularly notorious, which is Conception, which is related to a video game series of the same name.
Never heard of this.
Never heard of it,
But
but
Emma's reaction is not filling me with too
I'm
much hope.
so afraid. No, I've never heard of it either, but the fact that it's called Conception.
yeah, Conception is a terrifying.
It's like
name.
Inception, but it's different.
Yeah, it's a
lot different.
lot different.
It's
That's what Cillian Murphy does to me.
Conception is what's happening in the Sonic photo that was
I
posted.
was gonna say.
You're right.
God. So shall we go jump in and watch this anime and eat
Yeah,
some more
let's-
trash?
Let's get deeper.
I can finally say that I have had my revenge on Black Ulfra Judenchan. It wasn't worth it. I'm so sorry.
I'm
God.
so uncomfortable.
This was so bad.
I'm so uncomfortable.
Bastard.
I knew it was going to be bad. I didn't know it was going to be this aggressively, like, bad this fast. This
I
speed
actually-
of bad.
I'm gonna be bold here. I'm gonna say this was worse than Juden-chan.
No, you're not entirely without basis there. 'Cause-
Yeah.
'cause
I
this is a lot more uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wrote, so I want to tell you what my zinger is.
Okay.
It is Shinzo Abe. I don't think this is going to improve birth rates in Japan.
No,
Fucking
if anything,
fuck.
it'll decrease.
You gotta create.
If anything.
You gotta create strong children. For
This didn't put any of you in a breeding mood.
No, it didn't at all. In fact, I didn't watch it all the way through.
Oh, really? You didn't get all
No,
the way through?
I popped off at a certain point.
You didn't.
Okay,
I mean,
You didn't
no
reach the. You didn't reach the monumental ending point.
I don't want to know what that means, but no.
okay, what you gotta tell us what did it for you? What was the
Um,
last straw?
So
Let's get in. Let's explain what we have witnessed.
Oh,
we need
God,
a blurb.
yeah.
We need a
We
blurb
need
to
a
explain
blurb.
this situation.
Very
I
badly.
got so confused. I actually ran away from the blurb. I will go back to it.
let's see here. I have one if you'd like.
We could
A
have
blurb?
watched Megaloblocks.
We could have watched the fucking OVA of Starship Troopers.
But anyway, I've got a blurb for us here. Let me read it in my
Okay.
podcast voice. I was recently told that I have a good podcast voice.
You do
Well,
have a
I'm
good podcast voice.
I'm going to use it for evil.
Before you read the blurb, I'd just like to say, in the intro, Magpie refers to this anime as Conception. The full title is Conception, Ore no kodomo o unde kure, which means conception. Please give birth to my child.
Holy shit!
Going to
I think maybe just a little bit of more warning. I mean, I know
Yeah,
it was called
that-
Conception, but I didn't know it was
Wow.
about that.
It sort of sounds like the name of it sort of gives you the vibe of like one of those like 80s like thriller shows, like Fatal Attraction or like something like that.
Sure.
Or
Fatal
like Rosemary's
Conception.
Fatal
Why would-
Conception.
why-
It almost killed me. So
Why would I
me too.
warn any of you? Anyway, that was
fair.
completely contrary to the point. Anyway, here's the blurb.
Fair.
A tainted alternate universe, a bond with maidens, and the birth of star children.
Jesus.
The fate of the world is impurities have invaded the magical world of
Oh.
Gronvania. Summoned from the earth, known to Gronvanians as Sora. Why is this necessary?
this is deep
Yuge
lore. We need it.
Itsuki is called to exorcise the impurities across the land. With the help of the 12 star maidens, he is able to create star children that will help combat the darkness plaguing Gronvania. To fulfill the mission, please conceive my child.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Wow.
So
Wow,
It's bad, it's bad.
wow.
okay, so I want to say something here is that I sort of called parts of this anime before they happened.
Yeah,
And
sure.
in
Of course you
particular, the moment where it shows like at the very beginning, there's like some like green like distortion in the sky before they have that like vignette of like the two main characters talking about like this pregnancy thing.
Mm.
I was like, oh god, please don't be an isekai. Oh god, please don't be an isekai. And then they were like sucked up into the sky into this giant spell circle and then transported in this like weird ruins. And I was like, ah, fuck, it's an isekai, isn't it?
Blaggle
And then
dragged
also-
screaming to another world.
And then she was talking and she was like, I'm pregnant and truth is stranger from fiction. I'm like, oh yeah, it's probably immaculate conception or something. And it fucking was.
So back and looking.
Except it kind of wasn't, because she wasn't actually pregnant. If you
Oh, yeah.
watched further,
Well, yeah, I
you
guess.
probably bailed off
Did you
before
get to
that.
part?
I'll tell you where I bailed off. I bailed off at the very part where like they're like summoned into the room and they're like like sitting across from
Okay.
each other, and then the
Okay.
fucking weird bondage panda is being like, do it right now. And I was like, I'm getting out of here. So I just sort
Yeah.
of skipped
Like,
to the end to the
yeah.
credits.
The fucking awful red panda that's just floating by. It's just like, you guys have to fuck and you have to do it where everybody can see.
Yeah. So
Bad.
my call back to episode 1 was Panda bad.
Kinda
Yeah.
bad.
Panda
I
bad.
hate these fucking pervy animals that they keep showing us. Who is this for?
They're
The
so
I
awful.
know.
obligatory
Why
horny
is this a
animal
media
mascot.
trope?
I hate that it's become such a thing. Like, I could barely fucking tolerate Cone from Bleach,
Yeah,
and
Cone
he
from
has
Bleach.
just his fucking dark seed.
Don't say that in this episode.
Well, now I'm
Same.
thinking of Dark Seed, which is an adventure game none of you will know about. Go on YouTube and
Ed.
check out Slow Beef and Diabetes playing Dark Seed. Anyway, it's hilarious.
A lot of intertextuality
So
to our podcast.
okay, so I will say that when I heard the title of the show, I was like, okay, it can't be that bad. It's just the title of the show. And immediately, within seconds of playing the intro, just immediately, just asses.
You've
And,
hit my trap card here because I wanted to talk about that part of the intro.
The anime is, I mean, the anatomy in the intro was so disgusting.
Oh.
It was like looking at like thoraxes and like
Yes.
Oh, it's incredible. And I have a thought. I have a very specific
Yes,
thought
go
here,
for it.
which
Go
is
for
this
it.
was supposed to be like arousing to someone,
Yeah.
but the figure, the background is blood red, and the figures are lit in such a way that it's not arousing. These naked people look like the fucking God Hand from Berserk.
God
It's
damn,
extremely
dude.
ominous.
It is terrifying.
It really did. I really was like getting fucking Silent Hill vibes from the silhouetted fucking at the beginning. I was like, the light's gonna come on and they're conjoined.
Yeah, I was convinced something was gonna happen where like one of them like their mouth opens up like a Junji Ito like joint and like
Mhm.
eats someone's head or something.
Yeah, and
I
they're
was
like
convinced
strung
something
together
really-
in like a fucking bed frame and
Yeah,
Oh God.
something
No.
really
Yeah.
fucked up. I thought that
No.
was gonna happen, but
We
apparently
abs-
no.
We will absolutely not talk about Doorman.
oh, we will talk about Doorman.
I refuse this.
To be honest, I would have preferred it to like have faded in. It would have been like some Saw moment, but like the fact that it was this was even worse in a way.
It's so much worse than you could
Yeah, it's
possibly
way
imagine.
worse.
Okay, so
Um,
I've got a lot of notes
Oh,
here. They actually
God.
they do scroll off at the end like an apocalyptic log.
Yeah, mine too.
Sure.
I'll tell you where where that actually happens later on. But I've got a couple of light notes here. The protagonist, of course, looks like a fuckboy version of the P3 protagonist.
Oh man, yeah. He looks like he looks like scene Joker.
This is of course a Spike Chunsoft joint.
Yes. Which audience, if you're not familiar, they made such hits as Danganronpa and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. And now they make this. They make this now.
This
Now
is
they make this.
I should reveal to you that this anime, I'm fairly certain, exists to market their line of video games, which is the same.
Oh.
Correct.
They
Yes.
primarily existed on PlayStation portable systems.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Yeah. That
So
way
that
you can have
could just have your privacy.
in the subway.
And before, yeah, just right on the fucking. What's the bullet train? What's the fucking bullet train?
fucking Shinkansen.
On the Shinkansen at fucking
Shin-
400 kilometers per hour.
fucking bullet
Could you-
jerk.
Shinconception?
Oh,
Shinconception.
Before-
Fuck.
and before I let
Ah.
anybody else take the wheel away from my clutching hands, I will have to say that something I thought of during the first conversation before things went so horribly wrong.
Mhm.
She was talking about the oddity of her pregnancy, and I did write down that she was having a baby, and the baby is you.
I give birth to my best friend. It's true.
God.
Boy, that's a deep cut. God.
Can we talk about how quickly and off the cuff they like exposited the entire plot of this anime? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, dog.
they would just
I read
vomited it
that.
out like they needed to get it. Like, we just need to get this done. Like, it's
They were in
like
such a hurry.
this.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this anime like read like a Wattpad story. Like, if you guys have ever read a Wattpad story, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's
This
just
was
like
absolutely PWP.
it sounds
Yeah,
like
and
it
like-
sounds like a DeviantArt story.
And like, listen, anime just as a genre has a real bad problem with front-loaded exposition. But this show was straight up like, okay, so you're a visitor and you're in a new world, and there's these star maidens, and you have to have kids with the star maidens to save the world from the impurities, and they're locked up in a dungeon, and they're in the middle of a labyrinth, and then there's a king in
Anyway,
the
have
middle of the
sex
labyrinth, and you gotta
now.
kill the king, and then you
Yeah.
can go home.
Have sex now.
Like it has to be that way. You know they have to get to the full 45-second slideshow of all the bitches in the middle.
Yeah. Extremely
They have
long
to-
Get to it as
slideshow.
quickly as possible. So that
God,
you can see
yeah.
all of them in the slideshow.
It's really like it's like those disclaimers at the end of like TV medicine commercials where it's like they're trying to get through it as fast as you can so that you don't notice that it's gonna give you fucking incurable bowel turtles.
This show, I
Which
think,
is what the show
has-
gave me.
Yeah, all of those symptoms, including death.
Mm.
I like how death is a symptom.
Somebody say something thoughtful and intelligent.
There's
I just
nothing.
sorry, I have something that's like slightly thoughtful. But
Okay.
you noticed how like there was a lot of male gaze shots where like it's like just the whole frame is just someone's ass, or like the whole frame is just like the bottom of her skirt and then her thighs and then like her leggings or something, and that's just the shot. And I think like when you think about shots like that in terms of like thematics and like film theory and film study, it makes you wonder like what message are they trying to tell us by showing us her like thematically, what is the thematic importance of these shots? And the answer is there is none, and it's terrible, and I hate it.
There is none. It's called fan service.
I was wondering how your hatred of this particular type of content was going to interface with this show that was made of this particular kind of content.
Sure.
It almost like seems to me as just a way to cut costs.
Yeah. Well, no,
Slow
I think
fan
it's
across ass is a pretty good way to cut costs.
I think it's mainly for hornies. I think that's the primary motivation.
Hey, they can walk and chew gum at the same time. It probably is it's probably multi-purpose, right? Like
It is.
Sure.
Pause the hornies, save money. I have two hands.
Did you make it Blackle to the... First of all, I called this. My first note was, this one's going to have tap-outs like Juden-chan. Second of all, I don't know if you made it to the part where they do flip the script and there's a fucking bulge eye view of like the way that the shot is framed. Like, what's this idiot?
You mean a fisheye?
I think his name is
fisheye view.
I don't mean a fisheye view.
What is a bulge eye view?
I mean a dick eye view.
Oh.
I mean the way that it's framed, you see the nurse lady, and then the entire bottom half of the screen is Itsuki's dick in his boxers.
I did notice that.
It's just coiled up like a serpent.
God.
I didn't see it.
How do you pronounce
How
this
did I
name?
miss
Is it Yuge or is it Yuge?
It's Yuge, I promise. It's not fucking...
I mean, when you saw that shot with his dick, he was huge. So
he did have a pretty huge Itsuki. I'm not gonna lie. But it was bad.
Okay.
My brain must have blocked that out, like to protect
It's okay,
me,
you
because I
can-
don't remember that.
Okay.
I'll download the episode and send it to you.
No,
Let's
let's not.
Let's try and reel it in.
Yeah, we'll narrow it down to some more analysis, which is
I have some random things that I thought were very funny.
Okay, you want to hit them? And then I'll hit some of mine.
One thing I thought was very funny was that they were so keen on getting the exposition done. They literally referred the audience to like supplementary material on their
They
website.
literally said, check the website. Oh my god.
So that's where my notes scrawl off into nothing, and I have torn the page with my pen because it said check the website, and I said no.
Check the website.
How fucking dare you?
How can that be?
On one hand, I like applaud them for doing such a thing. Like, I'm actually honestly slightly impressed at the like balls it would take to do that.
So bold.
The audacity.
Kind of hilarious. The audacity
It's
of being like, we all know you're not here for the story.
I was like genuinely perplexed by that. I was like, is there some kind of like cum ARG? Like what?
No, it's not even that.
God.
I suspect it's one of the writers in the writer's room just being like, yeah, they'll go to the website, so they'll read the lore.
And then they'll buy our shitty game.
Yeah.
I was really like, when they said check the website, at first I was like, I was really straight up thinking that it was going to be like the book website from when Donnie Darko came out, but it's just like the Kama Sutra.
Oh my god. No, like I like your idea of like a horny ARG, like you get like a fucking pedometer for your wrist, and then if it like goes off or shows on air, then you get points or something.
Just
My
like
brain-
using the Poke Walker. Anybody?
When I first saw it, I was like, "Is this like in universe? Is this like?"
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Are
are
they
other people
supposed to go to
seeing
the
this?
website? Like,
What's happening?
I mean, we have the internet here, but also you need to fuck.
yeah,
It's
go
anyway-
look at our website about fucking. I don't
Mhm.
Nobody in here's gone to that website, have they?
I don't want to.
know.
No.
You can't make me. You can make me watch this anime, but you can't make me go to this website, Magpie. You don't have that control over me, I swear.
All right, I'm going to the website.
I'm going to the
No.
website. Yeah,
Oh my god.
Um,
it's in
And
Japanese.
while you guys are doing that, I want to just talk about something which really, like, this is part of the reason why I've tapped out, was because, first of all, let's talk about consent real quick. So consent is when, like, consent is basically when you give permission to, like perform acts with other people, right? Like, I'm consenting to doing something. But there's different
Yeah.
kinds of consent, right? Like, there's coerced consent, which is not proper. Like, that's not good. That's not right. That's not moral. Like, so when these people are in a situation where they have to have sex to get something else that they want, that's coercive consent, right? That's fucked up.
Yeah, that
Like,
is-
This is
the-
literally like the worst situation to fuck in.
The girl was like, I don't think I want to. But then they were like, but you have to if you want to go back home. And it's like, Jesus Christ. This,
Yeah,
like,
man.
isekai, they've been isekai'd into somebody's basement. That's what this is.
Damn.
Also
Yeah.
the panda was like the panda was sort of like molesting her, to be honest, a little. Like
Oh,
he
yeah.
was shoving it was not good. Like
He
Was that at the
up in
very
there.
end? Because
Yes.
he was just
I'm glad
like,
I didn't see
shoving
that.
he was shoving his whole body into like her shirt. And
Mhm.
like
oh
like,
man.
it was
And like forcing her legs apart, and it was just like it
Oh
was
my!
scary.
I am so glad I tapped out, guys. I'm
It
so
was-
glad I tapped out when
was,
I did.
And this
It was
like
played
scene
for,
was longer than it needed to be.
much longer.
Very,
than
very,
it needed.
very fucking long.
It was played
Um,
for comedy, and then your boy Itsuki was just like, "Hey, fuck off," which is
Yeah.
pretty much the only human thing anybody did in this
And
Yeah.
episode.
the whole fucking episode. Yeah, I agree.
Um,
He also still fucked her
like,
though.
he's
So.
like, don't do that.
He did still fuck her though.
Also, it was kind of weird because thematically, the fact that he still had handcuffs on, like,
Yeah.
and it's sort of like, in a weird way, it's like the show like was admitting to the fact that he has to do this, and it's not like he's not consenting to it. It's really fucked up. I kind of hate it.
She takes the handcuffs off of him, but it doesn't show like how. It's just like right on the bottom of the frame, and you can just hear like
Yeah, they
for like
come
15 seconds.
What
It's
if she has like
trying to get
superpowers
the
and she's
cap
like she has superpowers and she can actually like rip metal apart, and that's like
Yes.
that's the lore that you read on the
Well,
website.
that's what you missed at the end is the heartfelt scene where fucking Itsuki doesn't know how to slip the strap of a crop top off.
Yeah. Speaking
Yeah,
of
Jesus.
scenes that are way too long, it was like
And,
fucking 30
and she's
seconds
so-
of him.
and she's so fucking adept at it that she can undo fucking manacles with her bare goddamn.
You know, when you take your bra off every day, it's like you get a certain level of skills which you can then use and apply to other domains, such as removing handcuffs without having the key.
I feel like this is a
Yeah.
level of skill that suggests maybe she's not just taking off her own.
Damn.
Oh my god!
Mahir is a player.
Speaking of which, okay, so first of all, when the pervert panda was just telling the Yugi
No.
was telling you,
No.
listen guys, I can't remember
It's-
pronunciations
His name
apparently.
is Itsuki
Itsuki,
Yuge.
Yuge. So when
Yuge is
Itsuki,
his last name.
when the porno panda was telling Itsuki that he has to have sex with people, I thought it was just like we've already learned a little bit about this character that they're like really like horny all the time, and I thought it was
Yeah.
going to be a fake out, right? And this was actually going to be a story about something else, like they have
No.
to like talk to them or like
No.
fight demons or whatever. And apparently not. And when the fucking like doctor woman confirmed it, I like lost my shit, to be honest. I was like, that wasn't a fake out. This is real. This is what this anime is about.
God.
And I like couldn't handle it because you know when we saw that like Microsoft slideshow of the waifus,
the
I was like,
girls,
half of
yeah.
these are preteens. This is fucked up.
Yeah.
I hate this.
Yeah, it's
I-
bad.
I
Okay.
have good news for you, Magpie. The nurse is the Scorpio one.
Yeah, I noticed.
Oh,
Anyway.
Also, other good news. I've opened the website, and the first page of the website asks you, "Hey, buddy, you want to turn sound on?" And I said, No, thank you.
Oh no.
And then the
I'm
rest
just
is
here
just
for the
sort of
lore.
a slideshow of exactly what you think.
Mhm.
The waifus.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so
The Aquarius Star Maiden is the like scary little girl, the very young girl, the blonde
Uh-oh.
one who's like shows up in the bakery and she's like, "Oh, it's so yummy."
who's supposed to be the fucking like MC of like a baking anime
Yeah,
and not here in this
This
fucking
is a
pit?
free her.
this is a psychic assault.
Yeah. Oof. Oof.
This is a psyop to get me to fucking
So
Also,
kill Shinzo Abe.
hey, what everyone
You're gonna
was
be the
hitting...
insurance candidate.
What,
Can
Joey?
you go back to the fact that everyone was hitting on Itsuki, including the panda?
oh yeah,
Including the panda?
Including the fucking panda?
including the
Who's
panda.
like,
Well,
hey, don't use me as your wank material. Like,
there's a level
I
of
know I'm
authenticity
sexy.
to that. Like the panda is down for everyone.
I mean,
The panda needs to fuck to live. Which
I hope he
mean,
doesn't have sex with that panda. I hope to God he doesn't have sex with that panda.
What if he has sex with the panda though?
I'm going to
Okay.
die.
he might.
If he has
He
sex with
might,
that panda,
because-
God doesn't exist.
Well,
That's
Blackle,
the proof.
Blackle, I will lay your fears to rest, knowing what I do about the genre of anime and games of a similar nature. If he does ever fuck the panda, don't worry, the panda will become a waifu first.
Yes, the panda
Okay.
will become a waifu. Absolutely.
Unless
Oh God.
You can't.
I just want to say very quickly that the Sonic porn that was posted to the general channel before we started watching this,
Prophetic.
higher quality than this anime. Higher quality than this anime, and I'll take that to my grave.
So here's my deal, right?
Mm.
Up until we met the King Shangri-La.
Yeah.
Up until then, I was like, whatever. This is fine. This is just like any other shitty isekai with like a weird subplot about the girl being pregnant. Okay. And then we meet the nurse, and I was like, can I go somewhere
Can I
else?
stop? You think I would just feed you guys into a shitty, boring isekai with no reason? You think
I mean,
it's either gonna be
Maybe.
good or it's gonna be hell?
If it's gonna be bad, I guess it's gotta be bad.
Bad.
There's
thought
nothing-
maybe
There's nothing worse than mediocrity, except for Conception, the anime.
except for Conception, the anime.
Yeah. Well, congrats on making us watch the worst thing we've watched on the show so far.
Thanks for traumatizing us again.
Are we sure about
pretty-
that? Is this the worst?
I
I'm
don't
pretty
know.
comfortable.
Little Women is worse than no I'm kidding.
I mean, I still think that Juden-chan was worse because
Juden-chan was really fucking bad. I chopped out earlier on in Juden-chan than in this one.
This one made me more uncomfortable than Juden-chan somehow, and that's saying a lot.
that is saying a lot.
Well,
Well,
I suppose
Aw.
I suppose that's not a ringing endorsement. You're probably not going to come back for any more episodes.
Under no circumstances, no.
No.
I think the only reason why I would watch this is if it was used to torture me, and in that case, whoever is performing that act is in violation of the Geneva Conventions, then they'll get what's coming to them.
I believe the only reason I would watch any more episodes of this is if it was related to some sort of court filing,
Yeah.
and I wanted to know the material. Let's
probably catch the rest of it.
let's take.
I just have like two little things that I thought were very funny.
Oh my god.
They're not dragon dick moments because I don't think you can have that in this episode.
No.
Yeah.
I made one. I
There were
got
too
one.
many regular dick moments. I
There was
think.
too many regular dick moments. But one thing I thought was very funny was when they were like looking at the symbols on their hand and on their face. They were like, "What's this?" And I said, "They're MLP cutie marks."
Mm.
They're cummy marks.
God.
You guys want to know what the names of the rest of the episodes for the show are?
Beauty marks would have been good.
Oh, God.
No.
Sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's see. Listed on Crunchyroll in English. Episode 2. I want you to have mine ... because it's too long.
Child.
Episode 3. Would you try having?
Oh.
Episode 4.
child.
Please have my child. Episode 5. I've got so many kids.
Oh no.
Oh.
That's not good.
Uh-oh.
How many kids he has?
Episode
Then-
6. Will you have my child? Episode 7. Please be my Chikuwa.
Chikua. I
I don't know what that means. Emma, what does that mean?
I it's like a fish cake. What is that supposed to mean?
I'm gonna
Unless
type it in here.
okay,
Maybe that was the
It might
baker
be-
woman.
it might be badly translated, and it might actually mean "ore no chiku wa," like become my chick.
Let's see, what's the description? Colette was trying to recreate her grandfather's secret happy bread.
Shit, maybe it is the right. Maybe it's the fish cake. Fuck. Uh oh.
Episode
I don't
8.
want to know what's in the happy bread.
Episode 8. My child, welcome. Episode 9. Let's try giving birth.
Uh-oh.
They say that like it's doomed to fail.
Try giving birth.
Uh-oh.
Episode 10.
Why
My
don't we give
children.
birth a shot?
Episode 11. Are you going to tell? What?
Oh no!
Are you going to tell me that you want me to have your child?
I'm seeing a theme here.
I'm gonna look. Oh my god, that's what it is. Yeah.
Waka waka.
Really?
Are you here? Are you looking at the same shit?
No. I'm
Are you-
just a fucking huge meated genius.
I did want to say something
Proven
very.
time and time again on this podcast. Yes.
The last thing in my notes was that at the very beginning when the the woman main character, I don't know what her name is.
Mahiru?
Yeah, that girl who has the pregnancy
Mhm.
scare.
Hmm.
She's giving her exposition about the pregnancy at the top on the rooftop, and just the position of the camera and also the subtitles made me really feel like this was an RPG, and I was just reading like NPC dialogue text.
Yeah.
And given what we know about like the studio that made this, it sort of makes sense that we draw those parallels.
Well, it's straight up
Yeah.
adapted from a video game. In fact, there's both a PSP game and a sequel.
A sequel? Hello?
Yep.
Oh wait, okay, we have
And a remaster.
yeah, there's a remaster in there too.
This game has an English dub, folks. I'm here to
Hello?
say that this game has an English dub. The anime does as well.
It's
was
spreading.
It's released on Steam.
No.
Wow. Bad.
Oh.
You gotta.
The English dub voice actor for Itsuki is Speed of Sound Sonic from One Punch Man. And
hard times, baby.
and oh, and the voice for Mahiru is fucking Makoto from Persona 5.
Oh.
Oh.
That's not good.
These
This is
poor
really
people.
bad.
Oh.
One thing that I think would be really hilarious, and what this anime should have been, was this. Just imagine this whole anime. Plot is basically the same, but the protagonist is gay and refuses to go along with anything, and then the whole rest of the anime is just like basically them refusing the whole time, and
Yeah.
pointing out how
I-
fucked up it is.
I think
I
that
think-
exists.
I
I'd
think
love
it'd
to-
be fun if it all devolved into each of the Star Maidens creating really elaborate Rube Goldberg machines to jerk him off.
Or like he
Yes.
gets in it with the King of Shangri-La, and he like goes to the King of Shangri-La, and he's like, I'm not into women, like we can't do this, and he's like, well, something can be arranged, and then
Oh no.
Yeah,
Then
that's
there's like
Then
a
he
big
takes
long
him to Shangri-La.
Yeah, then there's like a slow burn like of them getting together, like when we watch This Boy's a Professional Wizard, and it's just very like very nice and just definitely not what this anime is.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
Itsuki, there's a portal in my butthole that leads to all the Star Maidens.
Jesus.
God.
Oh, geez,
So
amazing.
yeah, the thing I was thinking of is there is a wrestling isekai where a professional wrestler falls through the portal and then refuses to fight the Demon King because he is the guy's like secretly a furry and he doesn't want to beat up any of the beasts.
Oh.
Can you tell me
Wow.
what that anime is? Because that is like kind
Oh,
of
boy.
a killer idea.
Are you okay with seeing multiple people's asses because he just shows people's asses by suplexing them?
Sure,
Okay,
fine.
but you're the one that was on about the male gaze.
No, but here's the deal: is that like he's suplexing them, right?
Okay, I mean,
Call that the undercheeker.
Wow.
I
That's all
said
I got.
also I didn't say oh there's like gazy shots. I want it more now. I was saying oh this male gazy like there's gazy shots. Fine,
Yeah.
I can accept them, but I still hate them.
Hey, so can we? One thing we never talked about was how just like in the middle of the show, or not in the, it was even closer to the beginning when the fucking like demon came out of her, and they just
Oh yeah.
fought the demon. Can we talk about that for a minute?
Yeah.
That was like
Threw up a gargoyle.
it's almost like the show forgot that happened.
Yeah, because like so much more buck wild shit happens. Like, but
that demon thing was like really poorly animated.
That
Yeah,
whole
so
scene was
bad
poorly
looking.
animated.
It had like a
Was
really
like
bad
so bad.
texture on him.
for like just a second when she was throwing it up in the first place, I was like, oh, there's the money, but why? And then when the man came out, I was like, it should have been here. You put your money on the gargoyle. What's going on?
yeah, no, the gargoyle, like there was
Just be
There was
like,
nothing-
That's not
it's
what the money's
hardly
for.
relevant to the plot.
That's true.
Hardly relevant. Like
I think the nurse explains later that if you are when you're a star maiden, you throw up your impurities, and I guess
yeah, but
the gargoyle was every bad thing she's ever done, and she killed him, so now she can go to heaven.
That's how it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
The gargoyle represented her gargoyles fan fiction account.
Represented all those times that she posted on DeviantArt pictures in crayon of Brooklyn kissing Lexington.
Wow, really? Because Brooklyn had that big like beak, and
Hell
never
yeah, he
mind.
did.
Oh god.
Bring that over here.
Wow.
No, I was much more of a puck girl.
Does
Oh.
anybody know any of the bird furries? We need to resolve this beak question at some
yeah,
point.
we'll-
Oh,
I'll
bird
call-
furries definitely
I'll-
kiss.
Okay.
I'll call 'em up. Yeah, they
Call-
just preen each other, I
ring the bell. Summon together the moot.
think.
God.
oh god.
Call forth what are they? Flappies, I guess.
No, well, here's the thing: is that there's two different
Feathers?
ways that you can call these things. There's either the Latin name or the Germanic name. So the Latin name is avians, but the Germanic name is birdies.
Birdies.
Fuck you.
What? So like for example, like furries, that's the Germanic, but the Latin is anthros. And then for like fish people, it's like there's fishies, but then there's what is it? Like aquatics.
Ichthyans.
Ichthyans could
Sure.
work. Anyway,
That
I
sounds
would
good.
refer to
there's
them
a-
as the squamous.
anyway, this stuff is handed down from the University of Oxford, so it's not me, but
No,
I'm kidding.
Thanks.
this is not true. The University of Oxford at Fur Affinity.
We've wandered so far away from
Oh.
conception. and
We've
I'm not
really lost the plot.
We didn't wander away, we ran away from this anime.
I'm not really that mad, honestly.
Yeah. I I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to say about this show.
I did find it weird that they sort of fetishize the idea of like purity and impurity. It's like,
Oh yeah, that's a
eh, is anybody worth their salt like not realize that's really fucked up?
well.
Yeah.
There was sort of a secondary reason I brought this show here, which is just sort of to provoke some discussion about how fucked up anime's attitude towards sex is.
Oh
Sure.
True.
Just really open up the pit for some philosophical discussion.
By watching this like ecchi anime.
And then, it's not. That's the thing. It doesn't even really qualify.
Really?
Doesn't show enough or what?
Nothing's happening.
I mean,
not
Don't
really.
see it.
Well, anyway.
This aired on TV.
Yep.
I don't like
on
that.
television.
I don't like that.
I mean, Jin
would
Chan
like to
aired on
say-
TV too, so our
Japanese-
standards shouldn't be that high for Japanese television.
Japanese
calling-
television sounds like a fucking nightmare.
I'm
Yeah,
calling the
fucking
police.
yeah. They're like, no more blinking lights, folks, because bad stuff happens. But you can pee on each other, and you can touch each other's turtles, and you can do.
Could you imagine like it goes to commercial like after like a very saucy sex scene, and then it's like Charmin is the best for your family.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
No, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
It
Yeah, it's just
immediately.
advertisements for lotion and tissues.
Oh god.
No, lotion and tissues, absolutely not. After this screens, you get the fucking Tommy Lee Jones Boss Coffee advertisements.
Are
One
those
where
the
he-
ones where he's like a alien?
The
on
ones where he
Earth?
like fucking vaporizes things with his laser vision and stuff.
I wish he would vaporize this anime.
I wish he would vaporize me.
I know. The last of my notes, when she threw up the gargoyle, I wrote, "What the fuck? It's Night Phantom." And
It's not. He's a pale imitation at that.
it's not. Yeah, Night Phantom is much different or more differently
No, yeah.
than and then I also want to do a really quick little learn Japanese with them a bit. She said,
Alright.
"There's a baby in me," which is really bad. But the
Pretty bad in
Japanese word,
English.
it's bad in English. It's worse in Japanese. I feel like.
Uh-oh.
No. But the Japanese word for baby is akachan, which is written the way that like the kanji is written, or the kanji that it's written with is it basically just means little red guy. That's the word for baby in Japan. Aka-chan. Aka is red and chan is like an affectionate thing. So
Okay.
it's just like, yeah, the little red guy in me.
That's our episode title.
The little red guy in me.
He's a
We're-
communist inside of me.
It's a fucking AJJ song for real.
I can't do this. We gotta get the fuck out of here.
We gotta get out of here.
I
We
gotta,
have to leave.
Oh shit! Get the fuck out of here! What are you doing? Fuck
Oh.
up sandwiches.
I'm sorry, Magpie. The only way that you can go home is if you get yourself pregnant.
Holy shit!
Turn the podcast off.
Turn it off!
That's it. Anyway, if you ever want to reach us, I don't know why you would.
Phew.
Fuck.
You can get to us at oneepisodecast@gmail.com.
Oh man.
That's the word one. Or you can get at us at the Twitter. Somebody else say that one.
That's also at one episode cast. That is one, the word, not the number.
Please punish us for our crimes.
Please save our Earth.